You may have heard of the Leonardo di Caprio film called Blood Diamond, which was about the illegal and unfair exploitation of African workers for the sake of highly sought-after diamonds in the West and the perpetuation of local conflict. Well, conflict minerals are similar, but in a league of their own, which in concrete terms means that conflict minerals quite literally make the world go round. In this video, you will learn all about one of the least known, yet most important and dubious aspects of modern human commerce. So get ready for the 5 things you didn't know about conflict minerals. Conflict minerals are natural resources extracted in a so-called conflict zone and sold primarily, but not entirely, to perpetuate fighting between different groups in and around the area where the minerals are extracted. Both anecdotal and statistical evidence suggests that accessibility to precious commodities prolongs conflicts, a phenomenon sometimes referred to as a resource curse. The most prominent and well-known of this has been the eastern provinces of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, or the DRC, where various armies, rebel groups, and outside actors have profited from mining while contributing to violence and exploitation during wars and conflict in the region. The 4 most commonly mined conflict minerals are cassiterite or tin, wolframite or tungsten, coltan or tantalum, and gold ore, with the first 3 commonly being referred to as the 3 T's in the parlance of the field, which are extracted from the eastern Congo and pass through a variety of intermediaries before being purchased by multinational electronics companies. These minerals are essential in the manufacture of a variety of devices, including virtually all consumer electronics, such as mobile phones, laptops, computers, and MP3 players, and nothing that exists in the modern world would run without them being available in abundance. Unfortunately, because of the acute need for conflict minerals to maintain the integrity of our digitalized world, the people who suffer the most from Western extravagance and luxury are often locals, and sadly, many of them are children, often orphans, who have little or no other opportunities for survival. Children aged 12 or younger sometimes are forced to engage in what is effectively slave labor for periods of up to 24 hours at a time sometimes, with the duration and brutality of the work often exceeding their ability to cope, and the consequence that illness and death are all too common in the ranks of conflict mineral workers. There are no rules or regulations for such work, just backbreaking labor and endless toil with no reward or end in sight, except possibly the peace of death. To make matters worse, extraction sites are often watched over by armed guards and militia, making escape an effective impossibility without receiving a bullet to the head. Depending on your point of view, the Democratic Republic of the Congo is one of the most resource-blessed or cursed countries in the world with conflict minerals. Above all, gold and the previously mentioned 3 T's being its greatest resource of export income. Surveyed in 2009, Congo was cited as having $24 trillion worth of untapped mineral resources, including the largest reserves of coltan and an abundance of gold. In fact, as of 2010, the conflict resource fueling the world's deadliest war is gold in the Congo. The origin of gold can rarely be traced, and thus exporting gold illegally is fairly easy to do. Armed conflict and mineral resource looting by the Congolese National Army and various armed rebel groups, including the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda, or FDLR, and the National Congress for the Defense of the People, or CNDP, a proxy Rwandan militia group, has occurred throughout the late 20th century and early 21st century. Additionally, the looting of the Congo's natural resources is not limited to domestic actors. During the Congo Wars, with the first one lasting from 1996 to 1997, and the Second Congo War lasting from 1998 to 2003, Rwanda, Uganda, and Burundi particularly profited from the Congo's resources. These governments continue to smuggle resources out of the Congo to this day. The profits from the sale of these minerals have financed fighting in the Second Congo War and ongoing follow-up conflicts. Control of lucrative mines has also itself become a military objective, which helps us to understand why child slave labor is such an important human commodity in this. Each of the four most coveted minerals has a special purpose in the construction and maintenance of your favorite electronic products. Tin is used inside your cell phone and all electronic products as a solder on circuit boards. The biggest use of tin worldwide is in electronic products. Congolese armed groups earn approximately $85 million per year from the trade in tin. Tantalum is used to store electricity in capacitors in iPods, digital cameras, and cell phones. 65 to 80% of the world's tantalum is used in electronics products. Congolese armed groups earn an estimated $8 million per year from trading in tantalum. Tungsten is used to make your cell phone or BlackBerry vibrate. Tungsten is a growing source of income for armed groups in Congo, with armed groups currently earning approximately $2 million annually, and gold is used in jewelry and as a component in electronics. Extremely valuable and easy to smuggle, Congolese armed groups are earning between $44 million and $88 million per year from gold. Without these minerals, our modern world would grind to a halt, and so would your life. Despite attempts by various governments, including the American government via congressional legislation to limit the import and accessibility of conflict minerals, as well as the use of them by international electronics companies and manufacturers, the truth is that there is no surefire way to prevent the use and importation of conflict minerals in our products, which in real terms means that all of us who live in the modern world and use electronics products potentially have blood on our hands, and our assistance to human exploitation, rape, and murder by way of our pettiness and our desire for luxury. Even after viewing this video, few, if any, people will stop using the electronics they so depend on just to save a few children from a grim and short life in faraway Africa. The adage, out of sight, out of mind, rings true as we selfishly cling to our habits and interests, even as they bring about death and human misery. For more top lists just like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to check out our other lists. And thanks for watching, and thanks for learning.